Hi everyone, I've got an iPhone 15 Pro here and it records video in ProRes. Well, I can switch it on and that means I can get a higher quality video. The one problem with that is that I'm going to use up more space as well. I'm going to show you how I get around that in a moment. So other phones that do this is basically the iPhone 13, the Pro, the Max version, same with the 14 Pro and Max, 15 Pro and Max, and 16 as well. So there you go. That's the ones that have it so far, and I'm sure all the newer versions will have it there as well. Now, the advantage of having this ProRes, as I said, higher quality, it allows you to do things like grading. You can use something called log. And when I say log, I've got another video on how to use log and what that's all about. So you can actually go and try that out as well. Now, the other advantage of having these bigger files is they aren't as compressed as, say, the ones that you just record normally. We'll call it non-ProRes. And that means that when you're editing, whether it be on your iPad Pro or your iPad or on your computer, it doesn't have to work so hard to uncompress the video. So it's better for editing. So that's another thing. But many people do this because they like the fact that they get better quality. Now, the one problem is that you do actually use up more space on your phone. So let's just have a look at that. Let's first look at the fact you have to switch it on in your settings. So I'm going to go to settings, going to go to the camera app here, and you'll see just down here, you've got something called formats. So if I tap on formats, you can see if I scroll down here, there's an option to turn Apple ProRes on. So let's just tap on that. And it's come up with HDR. It's showing you here a bit of information that it's now going to show the camera controls actually in the camera. And it's telling you here a minute of 10-bit HDR ProRes is approximately 1.7 gigabytes for 30 frames per second at 1080p and 6 gigabytes, 30 frames per second at 4K. So your other options, you've got HDR, which is high dynamic range, SDR, which is standard dynamic range, and log. So log enables you to do more grading and things like that. And grading is adjusting the color and the exposure, which some people like to do. Now, I've got another video about that, and I'll put a link in so you can actually do that. It'll appear at the top of the screen as well. So let's just go to HDR. Let's go to formats. Now, that is on. Now, what if I actually now go into the camera? So I'm going to go into the camera here and I'm going to go to video. And the thing you'll notice here at the top now is it says ProRes HDR. And you'll see there's a line through it, which means it's not recording in this ProRes HDR. If it was log or SDR, it would have told you that underneath. So it would say ProRes SDR or log. If I tap on it, it now switches it on. Okay, problem is at the top, it's got the maximum time here is 18 minutes. Now, the reason it's showing you that is because it's using up so much more. So that's going to use up a lot of space on my phone. I can't quite remember how much space I've got here, but how do I get around it? Well, I've got a hard drive here. You can use a solid state drive, an SSD, and you can plug it in using USB-C. And when I do that, it's automatically going to record onto here, which is really quite nice. This has got a lot more space. So this is the Lexar one. It's got a magnetic holder case here. So because this phone has got MagSafe, it's going to just magnetically secure on like that. I'll put a link for this. This is the 2 terabyte version, because I'm using it for other things. So then I just have to plug it in here. So now if I look, what it's got here is the maximum time of 327 minutes. That's a lot more, so I can just record using that. And that's going to last me a long time. So once I've done that, I can review it. I can tap in the bottom corner here and I can view it here. Now, the problem you've got is this isn't going to appear in your photos because it's stored on here. But wait, I'm going to show you how you can get it in there. So this is useful because I can now take this drive, I can plug it into my iPad Pro, or into my computer, and I can edit it there. I can also go into files here. So I've got iMovie on here. I could go and edit using that as well. So I can, by the way, you can see down at the bottom here, it actually tells you that it's got USB-C that it's connected into. I'm just going to go into the files now. So I'm just going to search for files here. Let's go into that. And here we go. So this, if I tap on browse, you can see it's got mine here. I named this drive Mobile Pro. Tap on that. DCIM is the folder there that I want, and it's just 100 Apple. And you can see here are all my videos now. You can see this is the one I just recorded just here, so I can play that. And I said to you, I'm going to show you how you can now put this into your photos, so you've got it there, into your Photos app, because you might want it there. So down in the bottom left-hand corner, you've got your share button. Just tap on that. You've then got an option here that says Save Video. Tap on that, and it will now appear in your Photos app. So you've got it there as well. So putting it in the Photos is a good way to back it up, because that's now going to my iCloud. Good idea, back this up. I always think it's a good idea to back this up. Put this onto another drive, copy it onto another drive, maybe keep it here. There's lots of online options as well. Google Drive, iCloud, Dropbox, just to name a few, so you could put it there as well. You've got no excuse. Back it up as soon as you can. That's really, really important. So now I can record, and I'm starting to use this a bit more, of doing more professional videos with this. I still use my main cameras for when I'm making videos, but you know what, ProRes is pretty good here, and sometimes it's just convenient, right? And maybe you don't have your camera with you. So I can now get high quality and not be so worried about using up the space here on my phone. I hope that was helpful. As I said, I've got a video on log. There's a link down at the bottom here, so you can go directly to that. If you do like this, please do like, share and subscribe, and come back for more.